one of the first characters to appear in the Mahjong Soul Temple. She is the current priestess of the temple, who claims to be human despite her cat ears. To Ichihime, nothing is more important than eating and napping.
There's something Hi, Ash.
Sorry, I just thought of I just thought about it's only been 2 episodes we recorded that had this disease, but how much Infinity Nikki is just like permeated and rewired our brains, and how publicly that's visible on this podcast. I just started thinking about this and then I died. Hi, Ivy.
Hi. I genuinely have been thinking. I'm like, because you've played Infinity Nikki and I've watched you, but I have been like, regardless of whether it's something we do in the summer or if we even do more Gone Fishing in the summer, I am like, what if I just do a Gone Fishing of Infinity Nikki? Can I just do it? I really just want to do it.
I think you could just do it.
All right. Well, I'll look for a slot in on our schedule. I forgot that I had meant to write out our new copy before this recording, but I was genuinely too busy just like pacing frantically around my house, listening to Together Till Infinity for like 40 minutes. This is not a joke.
I'm so happy for you. Hi, and welcome to Soulmates.
Where we talk about all our favorite little guys and all our favorite little games. I'm Ivy Fox. You can come on. Let me live.
I can do it. I can be cool.
I'm Ivy Fox. You can find me on our sister podcast, Together We'll Shine, a Newton a Rewatch podcast. Pandora has moved into her new place now, so we're making more of that soon. Be excited about season 2, arc 2 of Utena. So I'm really trying to keep it together. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube and chat with us and your fellow fans in the comments, or find us on any podcast app of your choice and leave us a nice little review just to be nice. Joining me as always from across the Mahjong table is Ash.
Hi. It's me, Ash.
Sorry.
Being cool. How do you find me? Well, I think first all of us need to discover a deep well of inner calm in our hearts. And once you've successfully completed that endeavor, you can go to the second floor. I can't even finish the joke. Shit. You can go to the second floor of the Stylist's Guild in Flora-Wish and be judged before the Infinity Mirror, and that's where you find me. Also, also on Ko-Fi at Asherlark. I run the show's Tumblr. It's soul-bates-podcast on tumblr.com. You can support the show, help out with our hosting costs at Ivy's Ko-Fi, which now hosts a bonus episode of the podcast. And that's Ivy Fox Art on Ko-Fi.
Yeah. I was gonna make that behind a paywall, but then I sort of couldn't be bothered to figure it out.
Yeah.
So you can just go listen to our season 3 pilot for season 3 of the show coming next week, I guess. Sorry we're a week late on this episode. The holidays.
The holidays.
Nothing more needs to be said. But it's the first... Story time. I'm stupid.
I think that Ivy is always right.
I'm stupid. And I thought that this year, New Year's Eve was on Wednesday. And so New Year's Day was on Thursday, which is when we record. So I was like, if we shift the recording back to next Thursday, then we'll be recording... We're doing Ichihime. We're going to be recording Ichihime, who's the first character on the first of the month. Yeah, they do. And I thought this for a very, very long time. And Ash was like, yeah, that's right. And I wrote out like a whole schedule for our week this week. And then I was like, almost like Monday night, I was like, wait a second. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. I'm wrong.
Uh-huh.
And Ash was like, yeah, you are. And I was like, why didn't you tell me anything?
Because I also thought that same thing, mostly because you said it, and I didn't think I needed to correct you.
I appreciate your trust.
Because I just assume you're right.
I appreciate your trust, but you forgot that I'm stupid.
I
just think you're the master of the 3 realms.
Yeah.
I understand. But anyway, so I had a whole intro prepared where I was like, it's the first character, it's the first episode of the second year of Soulmates on the first day of the first month, and it's the first princess, aka Ichihime, but it's actually January 2nd.
It might be the second day of the month, but she's still the first princess in my heart.
She is the first princess in my heart.
I stole this joke from Ivy.
Uh-huh. I made this joke last Thursday, and then we promptly canceled recording.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry about our energy, ? I don't know why I'm apologizing. If you're still listening to this podcast, that's your problem. But it's Ichihime. She's the mascot of the game of Mahjong Soul. She's the default. Wait, hang on. Sorry, I forgot to write my copy. In this season, we're covering The Art of Mahjong Soul by Yostart Capwood Studios, a blend of cute, appealing anime girls with classical Japanese mahjong. And what is Ichihime if not a cute, appealing anime girl?
Our music is by Spendius Electronicos, and our cover art is by Rygarden on Instagram.
Yeah, and Bandcamp and Instagram. Anyway, it's Ichihime.
You can go follow the show on YouTube.
I already said that. Shut up.
I don't think you did.
I did!
Okay. History will prove me right. Hey, the first episode of the second year of Soulmates is Ichihime, which is perfect. Because the first episode of Soulmates was Kaguya-hime, the fated rivals, the Himes, and also the mascot of the game, and it's Ichihime. This was such a good role.
It was insane. I kind of can't believe this happened, especially after all of the weird misrolls.
Yeah.
It was like. The wiki was like, no, I'm gonna fuck it up for you until you cover Ichihime.
Until you get Ichihime.
And we're like, okay. And now here we are.
She's the first princess of my heart, truly.
She is.
Until we were until we were assigned Ichihime by the government, which is to say Mahjong Soul Club, I hadn't really thought about Ichihime for a bit. But, like, every time I go and look at Ichihime's outfits, I'm like, wait a second. Holy shit. She's, like, the best character in the game.
Uh-huh.
They do Ichihime so right.
I do have qualms with some of these outfits, and we'll get there. But you're not wrong. She has I genuinely think that she's a very good mascot character. Like,
yeah.
She's got a good energy, she's got a recognizable energy, she's upbeat while being only a little bit annoying. And I mean that, like, affectionately. She's, like, fun to look at, she's got an iconic look, she, like, is, you know, she's really, like, kind of like the icon of, like, you know, hey, this is a Mahjong client for, like, having a good time. This is a Mahjong client in which there's silly emotes. And I always, like, forget, I always forget that this is one of my qualms, but her very serious face in her default art.
Yeah,
because they have a version of this art where she has a big smile that they use quite a lot, actually, in their, like, marketing and their, like, visual novel stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, she's sort of like she's sort of like a really good icon of, like, hey, you know, we're here to play Mahjong. We're holding this tile in a cool way and stuff. But also we're here to have a good time. Nya nya. Nya nya, bitch.
You can buy an official Ichihime cosplay from YoStar.
You can? Wait, I didn't know about this. You can!
If you go down to products, it's there. Among the 20 other products you could buy with Ichihime on them.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. I use Ichihime's emotes, like, in my day-to-day life, because I'm a Discord Nitro user, and I like to flaunt my little emotes. But I also just think that Ichi Thumbs Up is, like, perfect, and it conveys exactly what I want to convey when I'm like, I've done the thing you asked me to do. It's like, stick my little tongue out, go, I did it. Yay!
Yeah, it's just, like, a really good, I think if any of, like, sort of, like, you know, the first 8 characters that were in this game were the mascot other than Ichihime, it, like, would not work as well. Yeah. I mean, I would like it if it was not a Shiko, but that's because I have problems.
No, it's because you have good taste.
It's because I'm gay. We can just say it. It's fine.
Yeah. Problems plus good taste equals...
yeah. That's how you become gay. Listen, if you don't want
become gay.
If you don't want your kids to become gay, just, like, don't give them problems, but give them bad taste. Anyway.
No problems plus bad taste equals straight, famously. Any combination of the two, you're in trouble.
We can't go deeper down this rabbit hole. We're going to insult someone eventually.
I was gonna, like, tell a personal anecdote. But I was like, that's so not relevant. Should we start doing the podcast?
I mean, we're doing the podcast, we're talking about the character. Ichihime's writing is also, I have complicated feelings about it. She's very cute, but, like, fucking, she also, you know, her, like, sort of subservient fucking cat girl thing is, like, it's a little bit too strong. Sometimes. I'm looking for the line, I do
like the line where she says that her 2 favorite toys are Mahjong and Master, and yeah.
Yeah, like, that one is okay, but she also has, wow, that smells good. You've got some goodies in your pocket? Let me see. Why are you blushing, Master? And it's like, girl?
Girl, calm down. I think that, like, there's a middle point between the writing and, the art that is not her actual outfits, like art where she cameos, which I think is met in her actual outfits, the middle ground between those two things, in which in her writing, she's like a sexy little cat girl. In her cameos, she's like a little animal and not a woman.
Uh-huh.
And I think her outfits kind of merge the best of both worlds. IMO.
Okay, we can start talking about art. Sorry, my bad.
Yay! Welcome to Ichihime's default look.
Tags, manicure, kimono, costume, cat ear, white tights,
I guess she does have, like, clawed red nails, huh?
She's got those fucking... I do like her her whole deal with being a cat girl is very fun in its mysteriousness. Mm-hmm. It's like, those are her real ears, I think. Yes. But also, like, she doesn't think that she's a cat, but also she does go nya-nya, and it's like, what's up with that? Anyway.
I famously, contentiously argued that Ichihime's ears were actually just hair ornaments. I've gone back on my stance. I'm sorry, they're her ears. But they are meant to look kind of like she's just wearing a thing on her head.
Uh-huh. Sorry, women, for misinterpreting Ichihime.
I'm sorry, kitties. For all of my transgressions, those are her ears. Okay. Bad audio. I started this episode with, like, in the high end of my register for some reason. I just, like, totally got as much phlegm in there as I could.
It's because you were going nya-nya.
Nya-nya. Ichihime's default outfit is the weakest of Ichihime's outfits, but the colors, crazy. The colors of her kimono and these sleeves, so good. Like, actually. I love this, like, peach, salmony red into this, like, pink lemonade-y, like, pink and yellow streams, and then the darker greens and the lighter, sort of yellower greens, and also a little bit of blue, and it's like, you know, all of it comes together in these patterns that are really nice and subtle, but mostly just gives it this wonderful color wash, and, like, the fact that her sleeves are so insane and go down so far, sorry girl, like, make it look like she has that color wash across her entire body when really most of her outfit is, like, brown.
Yeah, this big brown skirt.
This big brown skirt, and then she's got a big red bow that I never think about because I'm too busy thinking of her as sort of, like, peach and yellow and green.
Mm-hmm. I do think that this, like, first of all, I like the, I like how, for the mascot character, they're so reserved with their, like, mahjong tile pattern clothes here, which they love to do. There's, like, you know, there's the impression of pin on the robes, you know. We got circles on there with, like, little flower circles, but none of them are... Oh my god.
They're coming for you.
That's the fire department. They're coming for my hot takes on Ichihime. Put me out, I'm smoking. But, like, it's subtle. I really, you know, it's subtle, it's cute, it looks really nice. This pattern is also, like, I love looking at Ichihime. This is less about this outfit, but I love looking at Ichihime as a whole set of outfits, because they do such a good job at, like, this outfit establishes a bunch of things. Like, it establishes these sleeves and this style of patterning and this color scheme and the, like, red bows and bells motif. It's got this, like, you know, the rope in her... Oh my god, what's the sash called?
Obi?
Yeah, the rope around her obi goes into this bow in the back, which I think is cute. I think her, like, you know, her little kitty bows motif is so cute. I don't understand why she has bells directly next to her ears. Girl, that must hurt. But probably
That's
the
why
bells
they're hair ornaments.
are just ornamental and they don't ring. That's my guess.
Like the Polar Express.
I know somewhere
She
deep in
doesn't-
my subconscious I know what you mean, but I don't remember it.
She doesn't have the spirit of Christmas, so she can't hear the bells ring.
Oh, the movie just vividly popped up in my mind.
Ichihime doesn't actually have a Christmas outfit, does she?
No, it's just funny.
Yeah, she doesn't have the spirit of Christmas.
Damn. Well, good for her, otherwise it'd be too loud.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, it's nice. Again, you're right that these colors go hard. There's something about, like, you know, these, like, the sleeves going down into these dark greens and then up into the bright red at her waist that is really pleasing to me, and like making the whole journey from like green to yellow to pink and orange to the red, and it's like pleasing. She's pleasing. There are like, so Ichihime...
Is it qualm time?
It's qualm time. A little bit. Ichihime
Minor
qualm time. There are some Ichihime outfits where I'm not a huge fan of her expression. And this one is almost there. But I do actually... It's specifically, just so that I can talk about them, it's Bond Up and it's beach time. Beach party, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Her, like, weird
The ones where she just looks sort of blank.
Yeah, her weird blank blow-up doll fish face. I don't like. But this expression is, like, actually fun. It's, like, kind of bold of them to put, like, this on their cute Catgirl mascot.
It is.
But she's like
she's not welcoming.
Yeah, but she's ready to play. She's ready for action. Her posing here is also great. Like, the lines of this image are great. The way that, like, her, you know, her sleeve, like, points up to her face, which points down at her other sleeve, which, like, connects to this tile she's holding, like, in the middle of the frame. It's not in the middle of the frame, but, you know, her clawed hand, her right hand pointing out is, like, really great. It's really, like, I'm ready to go. It's got real cat energy, even though it's, like, a pretty naturalistic human pose. Like, the way they emphasize the red, like, sharp curving nails is really good. And if you follow it back, it does point back up to the tile. And it's like, she's gonna kill you about Mahjong. And it's good. But she's also, like, little. And she's cute. And her stance is a little awkward. And her sleeves are a little too big. And she's got these poofy lining sleeves and shit.
Yeah. She would kill you about Mahjong, but she's too busy calling Ricci as soon as it becomes available and only going for Tanyao, which I do love that she's holding a two-peen, which is, perhaps the least threatening tile. Two-peen. Not part of all greens. It's not a terminal, but it's as close to a terminal as you can get while still being Tanyao. It's not an honor tile. It's two-peen.
You're right. Two-peen is the least threatening tile.
It's
Ichihime?
It's boba. It's not Kiki.
I was gonna say, it's round and soft.
Yeah, it's boba. Two-peen is boba.
It's boba.
A couple things I think, like, we have a little bit of I've looked at this 10 million times brain about. There are some things about this outfit, they're coming for you. There are some things about this outfit that are, like, I just think this bow and these sleeves are, like, kind of whack, actually. Plus this little collar she has on. It's, like, the kimono, the skirt, the legs even, perfect. These weird little sleeves with the watermelon seed cutouts in them, what in the world? And also, like, these bows have little hearts on the ends of them, or this big bow, rather, and the little bows. And it's like, listen, we all know what Ichihime looks like. It's important to look at the parts of this image that you look at and don't think to yourself, ah, Ichihime's classic Valentine's heart bows. Like, what were they cooking? So it's like, it's a little over-designed, perhaps.
Yeah, if you look at the piece of cloth that this obi is tied with that makes this bow for too long, you do go insane because you look at it and you start thinking, wait a second, which parts of this piece of cloth are just red and which parts have the flower pattern? And I don't know, and it's bad. The hair ties I'm totally fine with. Like,
the hair ties are fine. They do have the tiny little... I mean, they are clearly meant to be the same pattern as this bow, and it freaks me out.
I appreciate if they're gonna do the pattern on the bow, that they do, like, repeating patterns. That's good. If they're gonna do these weird inner... If they're gonna do weird inner sleeves and she's gonna have a choker because she's a cat girl, you might as well, like, match those patterns. It makes them feel less out of place, which I think makes them easier to not notice. Even though there's nothing in this outfit which is totally out of place. There's just some things that I look at and I'm like, wait, why? Yeah, if I look at this piece of cloth for too long, I will start losing my mind and being like, is it two pieces of cloth? Is it tied weird? What's going on? Where does the, like, there are things I like about this bow too. Like, I like how it's asymmetrical. It's kind of sloppy in a cute way.
It is sloppy.
Like, you're right, it's weird.
It's weird.
I think it should have just had the flower patterns, like, the whole way through.
Me too.
Instead, it's a little strange.
It is.
I do kind of like... I do kind of like the you call them watermelon cutout sleeves.
They match the pattern on her kimono. Also, the little, like, he says the same, like, watermelon sleeve thing on... You understand.
Yeah. And also, like, the shaping is similar to the top of her tights with this little ruffle thing. Again, I like them, even though they're a little weird, because they just, like...
They are insane. I do want to know what garment they actually are, because as far as I can tell, she's, like, you can't see well enough her chest, like, and none of her emotes make it clear whether or not there's a visible garment underneath the top of this kimono. And so it's like, what are these connected to? What? What they
could just be in the sleeves. This is
they just be a liner inside the kimono? The kimono is just meant to look like this?
But again, I like them because they make her look a little bit less... They make the kimono look a little bit less formal, I think, in a good way. They make her look a little flouncier. Yeah. And, like, less threatening. And also, on this right side especially, not her left, our right, the right side of the image, I think this pop of white...
You didn't need to clarify.
I know, that's why I clarified.
My whole brain just shorted out as soon as you said her left.
Her left, the right side of the image. I do think this pop of white is really nice for just, like, adding a little bit of contrast to this sea of, like, orange and red and pink
and pink
and pink
and pink.
But yeah, she's gonna throw this tile at you, and it's not gonna hurt very much.
It's not gonna hurt very much. Everything that we've said is irrelevant, and she's perfect. Moving right along. Wait, why is this tagged as costume?
It tags, like, Shrine Maiden stuff as costume.
Oh yeah, we already discussed this.
We've discussed this. This has been discussed.
Emote. First emote. Star emoji, thumbs up emoji. It's true. This image has 2 stars and a thumbs up. Tags. Like. In this emote, she's giving you a thumbs up. She's got one eye winking. She's got, like, honestly, it's just her mouth is open. It's not even really meant to be her tongue sticking out. But it looks like either one of those things, given that she's got a little kitty mouth.
She's got a little kitty mouth. She's got a little blush.
Yeah. And she's got a little sort of bluish purple light lavender thing swoop on the bottom of the image. But mostly she's going, uh-huh.
I feel like this emote is like almost as iconic as just like the image of Ichihime.
This is peak Ichihime.
This emote is really like, it does have like a little bit of like early emote design cruft, like this like thin gray border we've noticed before.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
The way that they draw Ichihime's hair is fascinating to me as a side note. Like, the Yakuge is consistent, but like, mostly her hair doesn't have a specific shape. It's just like, she's got bangs and a short bob, and it's like, okay, and then they just draw it however.
Which I think is kind of fun. Like, she just has messy short hair.
It's just, if you look at it for too long in this image, it's like, why is all of it pointing down instead of sort of like towards her face / to the side, the way that it kind of is supposed to?
I don't know. Also, like, the line weight consistency in this image is weird.
Oh yeah, it's kind of crazy.
The way this
open eye, that's where you really see the line weight.
The way this like right shine on her hair feels like it cuts off the line is really weird. I think that's just where the line stops, but it looks like they pasted it over top of it and didn't add it back, which they did on the left side. But there are like, you know, I think this emote is composed very well. It's very clear, and there's some details that are good. I like the slight tilt on her head to make her a little cattish. I like the way her left blush is like a little. Stay with me. Her left blush.
I'm not with you. Our right.
Her blush on our right.
I'm gonna kill you.
I don't know how you want me to say it.
Just say right. Right is clear.
But, okay. The right blush.
Starting off the year right.
Wait, I thought we were starting off the year left.
Finish your fucking thought.
Is a little more squished than the left blush, which like gives the impression that her like, you know, her cheek is being pulled up by her winking her eye, which gives it a little bit of depth, which is always nice. It's cute. It's good. The outfit shines through, even though it's very simply drawn. It's cute. It's good.
It's cute, and her kimono looks like salmon. This is a plus.
Don't say the word salmon too much around her. She'll get ideas.
She's not here.
Are you sure about that?
Is Ichihime with us? Right here? Today? In this room? I couldn't finish that in a sensible way. Ichihime won the second emote.
Fucking superb.
Superb!
Superb.
Exclamation point, superb exclamation point. Hey, wait, this emote has always had 2 exclamation points on it?
I feel like I've never noticed any of the exclamation points, actually. They're kind of both, like, pushed off to the side. I'm also not sure they need to be there. I also, like, the part of my brain that has read some amount of Spanish in my life is like, wait, one of these should be upside down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And also, like, you know, the caption of this emote having superb in all lowercase is, like, not wrong. It just freaks me out to look at it like that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, my world is destroyed now that I've noticed there's 2 exclamation. I was totally like I loved this emote, and now I've noticed there's 2 exclamation marks that are invisible. and also that it's all in lowercase, and now I'm freaking out.
Superb.
This was her evil plan all along.
To get you to notice.
Uh-huh. Her face is, like, insane here.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Just, like, big smile.
Why are her eyes so red?
Her eyes are so red. She's looking so up. What the fuck is with her hands?
Oh yeah, I've always read this as, like, doing a little, type of, like, put your hand to your cheek like you're a rich girl thing.
I think that's what it is.
Also, she's doing the sign of the horns. No, she's not. She's doing, like, an ASL I love you.
Uh-huh.
She's got the thumb out. That's the difference between those two.
Uh-huh. It's just, like, I think the hand looks okay if you look at this for 1 second. But if, like, literally 1 second. But if you look at it for longer than 1 second, it's not okay. It's like it's a weird little baby hand. Why does she have a baby hand suddenly? They were figuring it out, but, like, baby hand. And now, like, if you don't focus on the details, which I understand is hard on a podcast that is about that, if you just, like, I'm gonna close
we've all seen this emote 100 times.
I'm gonna close my eyes and purge it from my brain, and then look at it, and I'm like, yes, it's good, and then I'm not gonna look at it anymore. Moving on.
Ichihime 2, the third emote. She is, oh no.
She's shaking.
Ichihime, no.
She's
shaking. There's a turquoise sort of, like, effect to the left, which is kind of dripping, and she's got tears in her eyes. I mean, implied. I don't know if they're actually visible.
Sort of.
So she's sort of got tears in her eyes. She looks like she's about to cry. Her mouth is all sort of pursed up, and her eyebrows are you know, they're pursed together.
She's a little bit pale, maybe, or they forgot to color that part of her.
They forgot to color that part of her, and her ahoge is drooping. Oh no, agitation.
I do love the drooping ahoge with the drooping ears.
Is I adore
really
it.
Good. It really adds so much.
This emote extremely effectively communicates an emotion that all new Mahjong players require, which is, I don't know what is happening and I'm scared.
She doesn't know. It's
every time I play against an Ichihime, which is to say, somebody who's been playing Mahjong Soul for a week or less, and, like, I do something that's vaguely threatening. They throw this out at me immediately. The AI will do it. They're like, oh no. And I'm like, yeah, Ichihime, you are scared and don't know what's happening. You are like, please don't hurt me.
It is. Yeah, it's very, very effective. It's very, very clear. Again, if you look at it too long and you're like, oh, the tears in her eyes are just the color of her skin that's been painted a little bit higher. Weird. Then you freak out. But, like, at a glance, it conveys its emotion really, really clearly. I like how her mouth is all broken up, which like implies a lot of movement in a weird,
this is my favorite way to draw
way.
A mouth. And also, I can't think of any other emotes in this video game that do it like this.
Yeah.
This is such an artifact of the early style, but it's so iconic.
Her, like, blush is different, too. It's not like a standard sort of, like, round blush, or like a standard sort of,
I'm about to cry, like, you know,
yeah, it's
blood
like
to the face.
It's redness, and I've been reading a lot of like Chinese novels, and they talk a lot about the redness in people's eyes, and this gets this across really well.
This year, the catchphrase of the podcast is Ivy going, I've been reading a lot of Chinese novels.
I can't help it. It's my job now.
This will be informing our work from here on.
Yeah, also Soulmates informs my job, as discussed on the last season 1 episode.
It's true.
It's strange. Um Anyway, good emote. I like these shake lines. They're really well positioned. They're not too excessive. Putting in the little bit of blue to contrast her redness really, like, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. She's scared. She doesn't know what's going on.
No.
Everyone's
it's not
reaching...
quite as oh no, oh no as the Yuiyagi, but it is like oh no. It provokes no sympathy from me just because I've seen it so often.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
Ichihime 3.
The fourth emote.
Dot. Tags Silence Contempt. There is as they're clearly just fucking around with style in this emote set. I feel like her face is drawn differently literally every single emote, but like not in a bad way. In this one, she has like it's very simple. She has no mouth. She has just like flat eyebrows over like solid color orange eyes. And it's just going ... But what really like sells this one is just like the little bits of simplification. It's not that simplified, but it's like she's a little bit smaller in frame. Her ears have a little bit less detail to the shading. Her hair has a little bit less detail. Her face shape is simpler. She just like, she looks like a chibi of a chibi. Which is like mildly impressive, honestly. She's the chibi version of her existing chibi fucking emotes, which are already like, she's pretty chibi in her default art too. And it's really good. It's like gets across a really strong emotion in this very relatively subtle style shift. It's like quite good. I like how one of these dots is attached to her ahoge.
Yeah, that's hers.
That's hers. Hang on, I'm gonna change language and see if this changes at all. I'm just curious.
Is it vertical?
That's what I'm finding out. Not in Japanese.
Is it vertical in Chinese?
Let me try traditional Chinese. No, it's the same in every language.
Okay. Things I like about this emote. You get a hint of her obi. Scary. It's there. Lurking. Ichihime hair drawing rating. This one, perfectly on model. Qualm, I think that they should have kept the alternating colors in the rope, even in the small size, but it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
It literally, it adds and removes nothing. I just want it.
You are right that the little bow poking up from the bottom, ominous.
Scary.
I don't know. It's good. It's a good basis to base all ... dots upon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, we can't complain about this one being the same as every other ... because it's the OG silence, contempt.
It's also not the same. Like, if I'm looking at all the other ... dots, and basically everyone else has like a thing going on, whether like a more complex facial expression or like a prop or like shading or whatever. But I really genuinely love how nice and simple this one is. Like, it gets so much across just by like simplifying her emote model a little bit. And, gets across a very like classic kind of anime kind of thing.
Yeah. Weirdly, the models of how to do this ... that aren't Ichihime are Kagehime, who is just looking no ... not out of center, and Miyu. Moving on.
in life. Oh my god.
Uh-huh. It's Ichihime 4, the 5th emote. Anxious. Anxious. I think of this one as being anxious ... because of the squiggly line on the right that ends by trailing off into ... but it does just say anxious. Speaking of drawing her face in different ways every single time, in this one, she has a slight shade over her forehead. Her eyes are just, like, white, semicircles. She's got a hand up to her cheek, squishing it, and her mouth is quite upset, and she's got some, like, she's got some anxiety lines on there. I like it a lot. It's classic cartoon shit. I think I'm gonna say this about all of the base Ichihime emotes. It's just that they're, like, really good at, conveying Ichihime as a cartoon character. All of these are caricatures of an emotion to sort of the purest degree. Do I think that they're particularly characterful? Sometimes. Superb is extremely Ichihime. Thumbs up is extremely Ichihime. But some of these are just like, yeah, this is a caricature of an anxious person.
Uh-huh.
It's good.
Yeah. This isn't necessarily like, cat girl anxious. We all know what I mean by this. I don't need to explain myself. Everyone knows what cat girl anxious looks like.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that, but it's almost fun for being a contrast to that. I would describe this different kinds of anxious, I suppose. This is a concept I did not know lives in my head. I would describe this as like old man anxious,
Yes, absolutely.
There's a Joseph emote that looks a lot like this.
Yes.
So it's kind of funny that, like, she's a little cat girl nya. But she's doing this, like, old man anxious thing where she's, like, her face is now all fucked up and she has little, like, wrinkles on her forehead. Anxious. I'm not sure that this image needs to say anxious. I normally don't critique the text in these. I don't know why, but this one I'm like, I do kind of wish that I could see more of, like, the posing of her, like, hair and ears, because they're doing some interesting stuff and it's just covered by anxious.
Perhaps. I do
and
think
also
that's
she's
true.
Probably not saying anxious, which makes it a little bit less appealing.
It is,
Again, I'm switching languages and seeing if this is framed better in other... oh my god, in Japanese it doesn't say anything.
Whoa, hold on. Now I have to switch.
Uh-huh. If you go to her like, main page, then there's easy language switching at the top.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Oh, but in Korean it does say anxious. But in Japanese and Chinese it says nothing. Fascinating. Why is this?
Oh, yeah. But it also doesn't have the line in Japanese, and the squiggly line is very important. But I feel like, I was going to say if you imagine this without the text, but you don't have to imagine it, actually. You can just see it. If you see it without the text, I do feel like, it would be better if this didn't need a caption. But without a caption, it is a little bit less clear whether it's anxiety or, like, boredom or frustration.
But I don't think it's so unclear that it becomes useless, I still think without the caption, it's like, it conveys... It to me, without the caption, it conveys something closer to anger, which, like... Yeah. Is fine, but I still like it without the caption. It just conveys a different thing. And part of me is like, this is fine. And part of me is like, well, why didn't you just draw a more anxious emote?
It's true. I just think I'm looking at this emote set without the word anxious on it, and I'm like, this is the one that I would use least out of the Ichihime set if it didn't say anxious. And, like, I'm with you that it shouldn't need to say that. But I do think that, like, with the caption, and the expression, it looks like a really good way of expressing anxiety.
Yeah. I think what I'm realizing here is that, like, my critique was like, this looks like it was drawn without consideration for the caption. And I'm correct.
Yes. You are.
I was like, why is there so much stuff that obviously, like, has posing and that is just hidden behind the caption? Is it because the caption is smaller it's because the caption isn't there in like the you know, the languages this is first created in, which is Japanese and Chinese. I do think the Korean looks a little bit better. The captions are just a little bit smaller. I'm not sure about the placement of the
Korean
caption.
does look better. You're right.
Yeah.
It is way off to the side, though, in Korean, which is weird in its own right.
Yeah.
Given that I think of this line as being a continuation of the caption,
and so I would like to redact, you know, what I was saying as necessarily as a critique, and instead move on to interpreting this whole situation to Ivy had a hunch, and then she was correct because she's perfect, and she never gets anything wrong, like whether or not captions should be there or what day of the year it is.
Great. Now that that's settled, Ichihime 5, the 6th emote.
This is a good one.
Vein popping out emoji.
She's got her head tilted at, like, quite an angle. She's got a smile. She's got like a tight-lipped smile, and, like, her eyes are closed, and she's got smiling eyes. I didn't mean to.
Are you sure?
I don't know anymore. Sorry, this is more Infinity Nikki brain gunk.
The dress brings out her smiling eyes. The dress
is bringing out her smiling eyes, but she also has, I forget what this little anger marker is called, but she's got the little 3 triangles anger marker on her forehead, and it's very Wow, that's what you're doing, huh?
This emoji I would describe as being the essence of what it means to be ticked off. The phrase ticked off is perfect.
I know there's a name for it, because there's a name for all of these, like, sort of manga, sort of emotion pictogram things. That's not was a weird way to describe it. But, like,
I just call it the vein popping out anger symbol. Because it's a vein popping out.
I know. I just know that we're going to get a Tumblr ass from Kit that's going to be like...
Yeah, we're also going to get a Tumblr ass from Kit for calling that an OB. It's okay.
Sorry, Kit.
Sorry, Kit.
Sorry for ruining the episode about your favorite character. My bad. Anyway, this emote is good. I love how tilted her head is.
Yeah,
I love how
extremely.
long her neck is.
You can imagine, like, her going from head up straight to tilting it this far. Like, you can imagine her physically doing it.
And the little, like, her hair tilts with it, which is cute. Not so much her bangs, but, like, the back of her hair. The ohage is, like, following the line also. They do a lot of expressive ohage shit with her. And she's just, like... the fun part about this to me is I think even if you removed the little anger mark, did you know that the anger mark isn't there in the Chinese and Japanese? That's not true. This is a joke. It's a joke. Shit. It's a joke. Wait, now I do have to check. No, it's still there. Sorry, it was a joke. Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
Even with the thing that I like about this more than Anxious, is that I think even without the anger marker, you could, like, easily interpret this as, like, a tense smile, you know? It's like a little bit off. I like that. I like when the you know, the things that they use to indicate tone in the image, like these little graphical aspects of the background or words, are additive instead of definitive, you know?
As opposed to the previous emote.
Yes.
I was gonna say, like, the thing which would be different if this emote were done in the modern style is I think that she wouldn't have this second, like, line below her smile, which is the thing which defines this as being, like, a tight smile. I think that it would be a much more, like, I think that this expression would be done in one line rather than two if this were done today. But,
Fascinating.
you know, I'm right. And my reaction to you saying fascinating lately has just been to go, I'm right. Which is true. Because I'm right. But,
okay.
like,
maybe we should have a talk then, because
no,
like that's not what I mean. But also, this is slightly how I react to you going, um
I don't know. I'm imagining it, like, I'm putting my finger over this line, and I think it still works. But it's like, I don't know. There's a character to, like, the way in which her face is drawn, not in this kind of extremely prescribed style that is neutral, but extremely, these are the first few emotes.
Again, her face is drawn a little bit different in every single emote. Her face in this one is a slightly different size than it is in every single emote, with a slightly different line weight. And, like, that's
okay.
fine.
Yay.
Okay, yay. But yeah, I like this one. It's like it's very evocative. It's well done. It's nice and simple. It's not much to say. Next,
Ichihime 6, the 7th emote.
Everyone fucking loves this emote.
Positivity. She has a Tanyao. One Han. Open. And she's about to fucking kill you. Those 7 tiles you can see on screen right now, those are only 7 of the tiles in her hand. She actually only has 7 tiles in her hand right now, because she's already done 2 calls for all simples. But you can tell that she's in Tenpai, because she's only done draw discards for the last 5 rounds, and she looks like that. The lighting in this emote is whack. Like, I say this both to be like, wow, and also to be like, whoa. Because why is she backlit with this blue? It does kind of rule. But more importantly, why is the light coming off of the tiles, first of all, and also white and yellow, but only white for where her hands are steepled, and her hands are gloved and pure white for reasons I don't fully comprehend, and her eyes do actually glow out into the rest of the image a little bit, to the point where I feel like somebody used the highlighter tool in markup, where they just drew over, like, where they already had, like, just solid yellow eyes and added a little glow effects, but they did it in the, like, iPhone Photos image editor. Anyway. She's about to kill you.
Now that I'm looking at this image.
It's yours.
It's mine, I own it. First of all, this tag is great, because this tag has all of the emotes that they don't know where to put them.
Positivity.
It has the fucking Kuro bow shooting emote that we couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah, it has the
but it also has like
all
big
of the various
meat.
eye beams, of which there are at least 3.
Anyway, but like, now that I'm looking at this image, I've never noticed that the lighting is weird. Again, this is, I can't believe how, like, I've looked at this image so many times that I don't notice any part of it I am about these images.
Yeah.
I don't think of myself as having looked at Ichihime that much. But I mean, she's always there, watching. Distant Nyas.
Yeah.
But like the like change in lighting is so weird, and I don't know. Don't know. I've never seen it, and I don't know how to deal with it. I have noticed. I think that she's wearing gloves, but I never question it. I was always like, I think I always looked at this and I just thought that she wore gloves, but now I know that she doesn't, and I already knew this, and I'm kind of losing my mind. But like, it really gives the impression that like her hair, like the light is coming from her eyes, from her high beams. She's got her high beams on, but then her hands like block the yellow of the light, but only the yellow. They're like a color filter, and it's very strange. But again, if you look at this emote enough that you stop noticing these things, then it's cute. I like her little shine. I like
Wow, just like Together We'll Shine, Newton a Rewatch podcast.
Yeah.
Was this good? Did I do it? Are you proud of me?
You did great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go listen. I like this dark background that is not the full thing, which means that her ohage can like poke comically out the top of it, which like makes her look a little silly. That's cute. There's like the composition of this is great. This like, classic sort of like nice and symmetrical image that breaks symmetry in fun ways. It's just like, yeah, it's also full of a lot of weird craft and details. But like, they're almost there.
Open Tanyao beam.
Open Tanyao beam. Grrr.
Grrr.
Ichihime
7, the 8th emote. Oh, no, you go.
I really like the blue lighting. It makes her feel like...
It's awesome. It's so weird.
Uh-huh. It's, it's a little bit too blue to be like moonlight, but it has like moonlight vibes.
No, it's gamer light.
It's gamer. Yeah, Ichihime switched on the Mahjong Soul Shrine's LEDs. Oh my god, can you imagine having an automatic Mahjong table that has like gamer LEDs?
Oh my god. Well, now I'm imagining it.
Uh-huh. Anyway, Ichihime 7.
What a world we live in.
The 8th emote. In this
Why
one,
are the 2 exclamation points in the caption so far apart?
They're not that far apart in the image.
What?
Is that interval of time how much that interval of space is? Okay, just good to know. In this one, she's shocked. She's reeling back. She's got her hands in front of her. Her mouth is a massive rectangle. Her eyes are little white rectangles with huge eyelashes and eyebrows. She's spiking out everywhere. The background is this spiky, like, turquoise square. There's these 2 big exclamation marks. There's a little sort of shout line. She's going...
I do think this emote is kind of awesome. However, why is that circle of color in the middle of her face pink? Has anyone ever thought about this? This is again an old man emotion, which I love. I love an old man emotion. I have many old man emotions. It's, I appreciate that the inking is so, like, it's so Project Moon's wife, the smear tool. I appreciate that, like, her big rectangle mouth also has an upper lip and, like, some wrinkles to it. Those exclamation points are not that far apart in the image. I appreciate that her hand is pointing.
Yeah.
And her ahoge is straight up. Why is it pink there?
I mean, it's supposed to be the same sort of, like, blush
just wanna
thing
know.
as in anxious, right? Now I'm gonna look at anxious and I'm gonna go, are these the same color? And it's just a
No.
contrast thing? No, this is way
This
more
one is
pink.
pink. Don't doubt me and my knowledge. That's pink.
I'm sorry, Ash. I'm sorry.
Why?
I assume that it's this pink because she's like, it's this sort of like little nose redness thing. But also her face is very white. She's like sheet white. And so this is like a weird compromise. This is the thing that
but she
logically
looks
makes...
She looks like she has poke rus.
Uh-huh. Well, that's because you've killed her, and that's what she's shocked about.
Oh, okay. Well, problem solved.
Well, problem solved. Bwah. You're not wrong. However, I'm going to talk about the emote again. It's so spiky. It's so nice. I love this sort of like faux, like, ink brushing sort of thing that they do sometimes that they've done here with the mouth and like the eyebrows and the eyelashes sort of like, with these flicks upwards are really good. The ears go insane. They're so sharp. It's the normally Ichihime's ears are so nice and soft and have like a rounded tip, but these are like blah. It's good.
Blah. Blah.
Fuck off.
You're welcome.
Uh-huh.
You're right, I'm just fixated. Ichihime ate the 9th emote. Angry vein emoji, the 2nd. Spiky and also angry. Fangs. In this one, she's flipping the Mahjong table. This is an emotion we can all relate to.
Ash.
Yes?
How do you feel about the orange block here?
Perfectly fine. I use orange as my, skin highlight all the time.
Okay. How do you feel about the fact that she suddenly has human flesh-colored cat paws?
Insane. And I love it.
I agree. I kind of wish that she had these more. The idea that she bumping my microphone. The idea that she
that you have to point out when you do it.
What does that mean?
It means that I do it all the time. It's just that you're a professional.
That
was a dig on myself. Go on.
Okay. Anyway, I love the implication that the more angry she gets, the more she turns into a cat.
Like Gregor from Limbus Company.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was trying to think of what similar thing have I talked about this recently with. And it was Gregor becoming more of a bug when he gets mad. But it's like her hands are cat paws. She looks smaller in this one. It's like a ratio of head to body thing. But she looks like she's become physically smaller. It's not even necessarily that she's flipping the table. I guess you can physically see the table.
Yeah, the table is flipped.
The table is there, but it's like a circular wooden table? Girl, what?
Yeah, I'd play Mahjong at a circular wooden table.
Yeah, but they have Mahjong tables at the Mahjong shrine. We've seen this.
Maybe she's playing at the cafe.
I guess that's true. At the cat cafe.
Yeah, the cat cafe. Nya.
Nya. But this actually adds to my point, because if you draw the rest of the circle in your mind of this table is massive relative to her. And she's become a little kitty, and she's mad. She's going row, row, row. This is just
This is an emotion that we can all relate to, and to this point, it is the best emote.
Be a cat girl.
All of us need Ichihime table flip for one reason or another. It's so essential. Also, I don't mind the orange because it's also used to be the shade of underneath her head on her neck.
Uh-huh. I like that the tiles that you can see are part of all simples. It's a good touch.
Oh, I like it.
The Tuso and the 3-pin. Her ahoge is once again going straight up. Her ears are so spiky. She another way in which she's more a cat than usual is like in Superb she has her one little fang, which she has sometimes, but this one she has two fangs. She's developing like, you know, the whole mouth of pointy cat ears so that she can bite you.
The whole mouth of cat. Like
she's
hand
gonna
of
bite
meow,
you.
but mouth of cat.
Uh-huh. She's gonna bite you.
She's gonna bite you, and
She's
it'll be
gonna
your
bite
fault.
you. Uh-huh. It's good. She's gonna bite you. I'm like
She's
looking
gonna
for
bite you.
I'm looking for more things to say because I feel like this has been a short first half of the episode, but that's fine.
No, it hasn't.
Okay. I feel like the Mahjong table...
Don't go in the water.
Shut up. Watch out for deep water, Ichihime.
Watch out for deep water. Let's stay in the shallow water, Ichihime.
I can't. Oh.
See, that one's even less comprehensible.
Infinity
like,
Nikki
the
is gonna
Infinity
ruin
Nikki
the podcast.
theme song is bad enough, but our, like, in-joke about Momo gaslighting, based on the bug that I experience, is crazy.
Yeah, we can't go too deep on the in-jokes we make while you play Infinity Nikki, because it will go to bad places. Anyway, I feel like the tiles in this add some nice depth to the image. The tile in front of her, that's like, you know, it makes it feel 3D, you know, like in depth.
Like in depth.
Like in depth. Anyway, that's Ichihime.
That's Ichihime, default look.
Great emote set. Just like a classic emote set. They they really hit it here. It's just like, you're right that like some of them are not necessarily Ichihime and are more just sort of emotion caricatures. But that's okay.
It is okay.
I would say that at least fucking 5 out of 9 of these are extremely Ichihime.
I would say thumbs up, Superb, open Tanyao, table flip. Those are extremely Ichihime.
Uh-huh. I would say thumbs up, Superb. I would say thumbs up, Superb, shaking, double exclamation mark, table flip. Those are my 5 that are the most Ichihime.
Okay.
Well, you're not gonna fight me? You're not gonna fight me live on air about it?
No.
Alright. Well, should we take a 5-minute break?
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break.
Okay, nya-nya.
Nya-nya.
いい匂いにゃ。ご主人、ポケットにおいしいもの隠してるにゃ。隠すのは良くないにゃ。にゃにゃ。ご主人の顔、なぜか赤くなってるにゃ。
While my grandparents were here, I thought about Nah, I'm Straight while I was in the room with them, and I laughed out loud and then was like, shit. I can't explain this joke.
Uh-huh.
I don't even remember what the context was.
Uh-huh.
I just thought about it. Nah, I'm straight.
Nah, I'm
Skates
straight.
Away.
Skates away. Hi, welcome back.
Hi. Welcome back. Available after... Wait, hold on. Does it say this on the webpage? Yes, it does. Available after making a bonding promise with Ichihime.
Uh-huh. as we discussed with some friends recently, Ichihime talks about bonding promises as if they're a real tangible thing in the world.
Yes.
Which
she does.
Is fascinating.
She's like, you've made a bonding promise with me. And I'm like, I sure have.
She has a tail now.
She has a tail now. But that's not even the most interesting part. Things I want to acknowledge, like, right off the bat here, her sharp, shiny shoulders.
That's some Saki shit right there.
That's some Saki shit right there. They're very sharp, they're very shiny, they're very shoulders. The 3 SHs.
We're all familiar.
Things I love, the way that the watermelon seed kimono liner from the default evolves like a Pokemon into this one, where it is both, hey, by the way, Kit a Langdorf on Tumblr.com, can you just write me a Tumblr ask about what the fuck this outfit is? Because, like, this is a thing, but these sleeves are knotted in the middle so that they're not just loose fabric, and then they are loose fabric below the knot. So I'd like to know what that's about, and also the fact that there's a liner. There's 2 levels of liner inside, but only below the knot, and the actual place where sort of the liner, like it is in the original, is a different full circle of ruffled fabric around her arms, which is not connected to this liner on the inside of the lower part of the sleeve whatsoever, and that's insane. But it is awesome.
It does make me mad now that I've noticed that the various layers don't extend up past the knot.
No,
which
they
is
don't.
Incomprehensible. But I think that the ends of these sleeves look awesome. These, like, layers look amazing. Such a cool look, genuinely. Such a great evolution of the last, like, big kimono sleeves.
And, like, look at her little skirt, also. This black skirt with these cherry blossoms on it and the sort of dark maroon inside lining of it. That's sick as fuck. And then she still has her white stockings and the gaita, but they're a little bit cuter, and also she has a little cat bell anklet. Mahjong Soul being Mahjong Soul. I like that the dark green carries through here, both in the flower patterns on the kimono and also on the bow tied in the back, which keeps this rope, which is still the 2-color, like, you know, twisted rope. And then she has another, like, dark navy purple bow with flex designs under that.
The kimono really kind of falls apart around the waist.
It does.
Like, I don't understand where anything connects to anything else, or what this...
No.
Like, you could tell me that these 2 big layered sleeve things are just detached sleeves unto themselves, and I would believe you instantly, because that's kind of what it looks like. But then what is all this other shit attached to? And it's like, I guess it goes back, but it doesn't go in front, question mark...
Kit, please help.
Kit, help me. I'm dying here.
I think the color of her tail is wrong.
Do you also think that it's too fleshy?
Yes.
Yeah, it's her tendril.
It's her tendril. It should be... Here's the thing. She should have I understand that this is a cattail, and cattails are often sort of sleek and, like, smooth, but it is her tendril. It sort of... I know that it mimics the colors of her ears, and yet I can't help but feel that it should just be fluffier so that it doesn't look like her tendril. Also the fact that it has this bow on the end. And, like, I don't know. It's just a lot for me.
It is her sort of, like, horrible alien tendril she's going to...
Nya-nya?
Like, it's a lot. If you look at all of her others...
Can we say that on the podcast?
I'll censor it.
Thank you.
Editing Ivy, go back and fix that one. But she just like, well, now I've thrown my, but if you look at her other outfits that have the tail, which is all of them except Beach Party, the tail, they never do it consistently, but they do it consistently better every time from here. And they just haven't figured it out yet, which is fair. Excuse me.
God bless your soul.
I like this little sort of wraparound top that she's wearing. I think it's cute. I have complicated feelings about her weird little collar thing with the little rope
I love her weird
bow.
sleeveless collar.
Okay, then
the fact
fair
that
enough.
I can call it a sleeveless collar is a big sell.
But I like her
you
little top.
You might be asking, Ash, collars don't go around the arms. And to that I say, think bigger.
I feel like I should be pissed off that there's so much stuff in her hair now, but I broadly think it's fine.
I don't think it's fine, but I do like this rope headband. I think the flowers shouldn't be there, or these heart things shouldn't be there.
I think the heart things are too much. They're a lot of clutter. They like ruin the silhouette of her hairline. The flowers are fine. The flowers are just a replacement for the bells.
It's just like continuing this heart motif that I already don't like. But mostly, I'm more tempted to say the flowers shouldn't be there just because they are encroaching on the territory of later Ichihime.
Ichihime.
Yeah, like attorneys general.
Yeah, to my eye, like the heart, the flowers just replace the bells, you know? The flowers replace the bells, and the little plant bits, the plant tendrils, replace the bow. And so I'm like, this is what's supposed to be there. And then the hearts are superfluous. But either way, there's a lot of stuff in her hair. It's not as bad as some people we've seen. Now onto the really contentious bit. I hate these gloves. And every time I say this, people get mad at me. And like, I don't like them. I don't think they're cute. I think they're weird. Why are they puffy? Why is she wearing them in the first place? She already has a cat thing on her hands, which is that she's got her claws. Why did they declaw her by putting her in these big gloves? I mean, this also, I feel like this links to my other qualm, which is her like completely, you can either interpret this facial expression as blank or scared. She looks sort of scared and alarmed.
A little bit scared.
She looks like you've caught her out and like, you know, and it's like you've declawed her, you've put her in this weird outfit that makes no sense, and and now she's scared. And it upsets me. And the gloves do not do it for me. I don't understand what people get out of these gloves. I think they make her look like a Sonic character in the worst way. Glove hands are famously the worst part of Sonic character design. Why does she have big Sonic glove? Why did we declaw her and now she's scared? It freaks me out. She's scared.
She is scared. I am neutral on the paw gloves. I get what you're saying about the fact that she does have claws under there, and you have declawed her, and she does look scared. I do think, like, these are the superfluous part of the outfit in terms of, like, her bond-up is her getting more cat-like, and to that end, she gains paws and a tail. But the tail is what sticks around in later outfits, and the paws are, you know, not that. I think, like, I respect the spirit of them in, like, you know, time to be maximum cat, nya cat, more than I could dislike them. But I also, like, think it does ring a little weirdly for her to grow an actual tail and then put on gloves. Mittens, and then put on mittens.
The thing is, to me, that, like, the gloves make her less of a cat girl. Saying this to her like saying to someone, you're less of a man. You're less of a cat girl, Ichihime.
Wow.
Like, the gloves, they take away so much, like, expression and dexterity from her. And the gloves don't even look that much like cat paws. They have four fingers. They have four fingers.
Let's not... I take issue with you saying these gloves don't look that much like cat paws. You sound insane.
Well,
I understand your point, which is that these are four-fingered, they have thumbs, and the, like, actual sort of finger parts of them curl in, which isn't what cat paws do. I know what you mean. Saying to somebody, holding up this image in front of a stranger in New York City, and saying, these gloves don't look like cat paws, would get you arrested.
This is illegal in the state of New York.
This is illegal in the state of New York. You sound insane.
Okay, so you're saying that I'm right, but I also sound insane.
I'm saying that you're not right. They look like cat paws. I just understand what your actual point is, which is that they're not realistic cat paws.
You interrupted me partway through my point to some extent, which is...
Please tell me how you're going to recover.
That I feel like being... The reason why these feel antithetical to being a cat girl is because I feel like being sort of like a fantasy cat girl that is not like, you know, just a person dressing like a cat means that you just, like, become cat-like and you don't have to put on, like, goofy cat costume bits. My point is these gloves make her look less like a cat, because why would a cat put on gloves to make their, you know, she should just become more cat-like. I just
Counterpoint.
Okay, I didn't...
Do you have more to say?
No, make your counterpoint.
Counterpoint. It's camp, first of all. First counterpoint.
Sure.
It's camp. Second counterpoint. It's scarier if her hands turn into paws, Ivy.
I don't care. That's not even... Never mind.
I know that's not your point. However, they want to put more cat features on her. What else would you put on her that is a cat feature? What else would you do to her actual human body?
My problem is that, like, I don't know what more to say aside from I look at the cat gloves and they make her look less like a cat. They make her look less like a cat who is incidentally a girl. Because she's wearing a cat costume, and that's strange. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, that's why I don't like these gloves.
I've been what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I've been calcified into now thinking the gloves are good. Calcified is not the right word.
No, but it's
some
kind of
word
funny.
That's like that.
Just by manner of, like, having to defend them for, like, 2 minutes?
Yes.
Alright, that's fine. Lots of people like the gloves. I just don't like the gloves.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's fine. This outfit in general is kind of like... It's not like about anything, which is fine. But like, you know, there are plenty of Bond-ups that are about a thing. That are like, you know, oh, now she's like in her tennis playing outfit because she plays tennis. Or it's like
play tennis.
Or it's, you know, Kagi Hime you might think is not about something, but it's like, oh, now she's like in sort of like her like a Playboy bunny onesie and has her like, you know, big goddess sort of galaxy pattern behind her. This outfit feels like it's not about anything.
That's
is part of the thing.
It's about being a cat, Ivy. Literally, you're wrong. Sorry to do this to you. That's straight up not correct.
Uh-huh. But, like, aside
She's
from...
doing the little kitty nya pose.
Uh-huh.
She's got the gloves on, she's got the tail.
Uh-huh.
Like, the kimono part of the outfit, not about being a cat. It is just an evolution of her normal outfit. The little anklet bell thing, that's about being a cat. The gloves, about being a cat. The tail, about being a cat.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Moving on. I don't like these emotes. Here's my hot take. Here's my hot take that they're gonna call the fire department on me about. Is that these three emotes, all look, first of all, they have the same art style, which is not normally a detraction. But the fact that these are all like that, even though this is released at the same time as Ichihime, is scary. Second of all, that same art style is not the same art style as Mahjong Soul emotes. Which is scary. This is scary. I don't think she has too much shit in her hair. I mean, she kind of has too much shit in her hair. But the fact that she doesn't have that much shit at the top of her outfit means that the amount of shit in her hair just is, like, fine.
This is sort of what I was talking about when I said, like, maybe she doesn't have too much shit in her hair. I scrolled down to look at the emotes, because that's usually a great indicator of whether or not she has too much shit in her hair. And I was like, these look fine, actually. So maybe I'm more fine with it in the main outfit, on account of just, you know, osmosis from being more fine with it in the emotes.
I don't like the emotes. I just don't.
Okay, well, Ichihime 1-0, the first Bond-up emote. Talk me through what you don't like about this weird style.
So, she's drinking a little juice. Tropical drink. Tranquility.
She's taking a sip of water. This is the color of water, but it's labeled tropical drink.
I think that she's actually drinking a Capri Sun, because the straw disappears as soon as it hits what would be the glass.
It's like a juice box, or a little juice envelope. Correct.
Yeah. Some kind of box or pouch of juice. I mean, it does look like it's maybe supposed to be a glass, but I know better on account of they drew it like that. So, like, this has all the same line weight problems as we were talking about before. Like, the really thick lines around the outside are weird, especially on the hair ornaments, which then get thin lines when they're on the inside of the image, because this image just has a thick black outline as opposed to a thin outline and then that weird little gray layer we've been seeing. But all of the inside lines have this thin little outline, and then they also have more internal outlines that are not black. And so this is what they're doing. They have the thick black outline, and then they have the thin black outlines on the inside of the image, and then on the inside of individual objects within the image, they have outlines that are not black. And this is, like, fine. This is sure. But, like, it's weird on the Mahjong Soul emotes. It's very weird. Her mouth is not a black outline. This bow is not a black, or the little, like, knot on her collar is not a black outline. Also, her collar isn't rendered correctly here by any means.
No, it's like a
It's
different. It's like a different edition of the art. They started making this emote before they finished the art.
Yeah.
It goes like up and around the neck instead of like down and around the shoulders. It's very strange.
She has one eyebrow, and it's very thin. It doesn't contribute anything to the expression. And then, like, in terms of having too much shit in her hair, you can barely see her ears. Where are they? Also, her eyes are just drawn, like, insane.
Yeah, she does look a little bit like a scary... Her eyes look a little bit like a scary birthday drawing.
Yeah. She's kind of scary birthday drawing, is what I'm trying to say here.
Ash, what if I told you...
That I sound insane?
No, I would never say anything to you like that. This is
I would never do to you what you do to me.
This is a loving and supporting podcast. At least some of us are aware of this.
Brutal, but I'll take it.
What if I told you that if you look very, very closely, this emote does have a gray outline, but it's very thin.
Hold on. Open image in new tab. Control plus 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 plus. Oh my god. Plus. No, I'm already at 500%. I can't do another one.
Well,
I wish that my browser wouldn't show this to me on a gray background when I do this. Hold on. Stop having the image open in new tab. Stop. Plus 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 plus. Oh, it's there.
It's there. Here,
Wild. Makes it worse.
I know, right? It's fucked up. It's like they do this thick black outline, you know, and you would think, oh, they do that so that the here's a kind of weird shot of it. They do that so that they don't have to do like the gray outline, because then it has contrast against everything, if only because the black outline's so thick. But no,
you
they
fool.
still have it there.
They do this just to hurt me.
They do this just to hurt Ash specifically. They were like, this fucker dead.
This fucker thinks the gloves are good. We have to get them.
I appreciated that one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's also ambiguous to me whether... I guess she has the glove on in this emote, but it's ambiguous in a way that I don't like.
It is flesh-toned, huh?
In the next emote, the gloves are very clear.
Ichihime won the second Bond-up emote.
Yeah. The gloves are clearly a different tone from her skin tone.
Whoa.
Her skin tone is like notably like yellower in this emote so that it can contrast against the pinker gloves, which is well done, but it's not the colors that the other emote was using.
No. Okay, sorry. We have to move on. Ichihime won the second Bond-up emote. I haven't looked at close up. Hey, look at the hand on the left of the image, her right hand. What the fuck? Okay, so that line that looks like
her arm
is just extending up into the glove is the line of her collar, but she doesn't have another line defining her wrist, so the glove just floats.
She does kind of look like she's kind of like an awful Cronenberg creature, and she has like a hand growing from her shoulder.
Yeah. What? Also, the individual lines here, I just look at her mouth and eyes. They're very shaky in a way that makes me uncomfortable.
You know what freaks me about this?
What freaks you out about this?
Is that, like, her blushes are drawn different. And I'm like, why would you do this? One of them has 2 little accent lines, and one of them doesn't.
Oh my god.
And also,
she also has a little above her eye on that
above
side?
her eye, but only on one side.
I know.
Like, what is happening? Also, like, they did her collar wrong, but her bow feels crooked in an unpleasant way.
They did her collar correctly this time. It's just uncomfortable to look at.
Uh-huh. And it's like, this emote should be so easy, because she's just doing the little sort of kitty cat nya-nya pose. We're all familiar.
We all know about this.
But somehow, it's just like, and maybe, like, at a distance, at a glance, you do get that. But there's a lot of, like, they just sort of didn't finish drawing this one.
I hate looking at it.
Yeah. Tags love.
Hey, what's with the 2... I'm not even gonna...
No.
What's with the
this
2
is the
little
podcast
dots on the left?
Oh, yeah.
And the one in the top right, for that matter.
Oh, yeah. Now that I'm looking at the bubbles, I'm like, the just 2 little bubbles, like, near her face make her kind of look like she's drunk. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
She's drunk?
Is that what's happening?
You can really, like, the very thin gray outline here is super noticeable. And it's
I'm not gonna look for it.
It's different thicknesses in different parts. Anyway, that's that emote.
Yeah, Ichihime 1-2, the third Bond-up emote, at the very least, doesn't completely look like it was not finished. Her outfit, like, her torso, is crooked in a way that is unpleasant.
Yeah,
but,
this,
like,
her bow is melting.
And, like, this still has the same problem. Like, it has the, little thin white-gray outline around where the color is, which helps. But it's still a thick blackened gray, like a thick outline around the edge where there isn't color, which is whack.
Uh-huh.
But, like, this is the best of the 3, without a doubt. Is she wearing gloves?
This one also has her fucking kimono, but it's only the top of the sleeves, and it's only the, like, the I guess I would call this a maroon, without any of the patterning. And also, for some reason, they chose a background color here that is very similar to this maroon. Which is not great for this image's readability. The thing that popped into my head, which is kind of insane, but it's fine, is she looks like she's sitting in a cup of hot chocolate. I don't know what this means, but I thought I would say it aloud. She's getting mad at you
for not drinking the hot chocolate.
Uh-huh. Is she wearing gloves? See, what's with that little circle that's above, like, the kimono sleeve on our left? Like, that little circle of white. Is that the top of her hand? Is that something else?
Yeah.
The little semicircle of white. I feel like
it's her hand, but don't.
But okay, but that semicircle is white like the gloves.
Yeah, I know.
Her hand that you can see is flesh, and so, like. But also the flesh hand is bigger, or maybe that's just a finger of and so she's only wearing one glove, question mark? But that would be insane.
Been convinced that it would just be better if they committed to having gloves? I guess, no, if they just didn't have the gloves on, we wouldn't be having this problem.
Uh-huh. But, like,
Yeah, there's something sick and twisted happening here, and I'm not comfortable with it.
The emote itself is fine. Like, her facial expression is nice and clear. I like these, like, her little fanged teeth.
Yeah, this is the best one.
The like headpieces is kind of like weird in terms of how it's drawn, but like it doesn't interfere with like the emotional expression of the emote, which is a little bit basic. This is just kind of like, you know, she doesn't have exactly this already, but she has stuff pretty similar, and it's like, but you know, it's fine. But it's spooky.
It's spooky.
I just think Bond Up Ichihime in general is spooky. I look at the main art and I'm like, I don't know why she looks like this, or why she looks scared, or why I can't tell if she's like hovering in midair or lying down. And then
hovering.
I know, but the pose is so posed to evoke like being splayed on a bed, and it's just a little spooky.
I disagree, but we won't get into it.
And then the emotes, all of them are spooky in a way or two. And it's just...
Or 3 or 4.
Or 3 or 4. And it's like, Bond Up Ichihime overall starts arguments all the time in my life, and also is spooky. And it's not my favorite Bond Up. There are things I like about it, but I can't look at it too much. It'll cause problems for me.
The next one is Beach Party Ichihime, who you also don't like, but who I think
Ichihime
is good.
I like lots of things about Beach Party.
You don't
Ichihime.
like her face. I'll be specific.
Now that I've looked at her default, her Bond Up, and this face in a little bit more close-up detail, I can now differentiate them. They are not all the same expression. Unlike some people in some video games, Sinclair.
That was completely unnecessary. I love it. Thanks.
Jabbing across seasons of the show. Just to say fuck Sinclair.
Fuck Sinclair.
Fuck Sinclair. But, like, now I can differentiate the expressions, and now I'm more okay with this expression. Does that help? And also, Ash, I did already. This is it's fine.
What?
I feel like I dislike a thing today, and you're like, you like this thing, or you dislike this thing, and it's like, it's a podcast about having nuanced opinions. I have nuanced opinions about Beach Ichihime, aka Beachihime.
AKA Beachihime.
But, like, generally, I'm positive on Beachihime.
Ichihime.
And I'm more positive on her face now that I'm done being freaked out about Bond Up face. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. Like, she looks quiet, but she doesn't look scared, and that's all I need.
Hey, her popsicle has 2 lemons in it.
I know. This seems delicious.
Like, in it.
I love to just eat a lemon. I would love to eat a popsicle and then just get to eat some cold, sweet lemon slices after. Incredible
This
tech.
would scare me, but we're built differently.
Yeah, I'm better at popsicles.
I think this is the best of the Beach Party line, and it's really not close.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. So this is, I think, the most, like, sexy Ichihime they will ever do. Although currently the tides are shifting, so who knows? But like,
oh god, they sure are.
This is the sexiest Ichihime they'll ever do, possibly not the most sexual Ichihime they'll ever do. And like, it's interesting to look at her in this way, which is not at all how they usually depict her. Like, there's things about, like, she doesn't have a tail in this one. Her ears are smaller, which is very odd. She's still wearing this long-sleeved... This isn't a kimono at this point, but she's wearing this long-sleeved thing, which is cute. I love all her little sort of fish theming things. I'm just,
Uh-huh.
like, fascinated by them drawing Ichihime in a swimsuit. It's
Uh-huh.
such an interesting object.
Uh-huh. It's like, and the thing is that, like, for a drawing of a woman in a swimsuit in a gacha game, it's relatively chaste.
Yeah.
Not because you can't see skin. Like, this is a pretty skimpy bathing suit. This is, like,
Mm.
quite skimpy. It looks a little too loose in a way that I don't like. They suck at drawing. Broad. Not
Mm-hmm.
everyone, but, like, drawing well-fitting bathing suits seems to be a struggle for a lot of the artists they hire.
I was gonna
Um,
say I don't know if I would call this loose, but then I looked at where the strap is, and I was like, oh yeah, never mind.
yeah, it's loose. But, like, she's not, like, particularly sexualized beyond the fact that she's just in a bathing suit. She just looks like she's at the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this robe goes so hard. I love this
Yeah, it
robe.
really does.
I love the, like, all of the evolution from, like, the color gradient from, like, the green to the pink turning to this, like, blue to, like, white is really good, and, like, the evolution of the shapes from the circles turning to the fishes and the, like, sort of more ambiguous waves turning to these more distinct waves, the, like, fucking watermelon cutout things. Oh, they're still there if you look at the kind of, like, the hem of it near her leg. But also, like, the drops of water, I don't know why I call them teardrops. The drops
Mm-hmm.
of water, like, evoke that. It's like, this is such a clever little thing. And also, this does a thing that I appreciate, which is, you know, in sort of like a neutral kind of, like, this is how you should do this kind of art IMO. I appreciate that her robe is additive and not subtractive. So they
Yeah.
always put, like, robes and shit all over people wearing swimsuits that cover up part of the swimsuit, and this doesn't do that. And I appreciate
Mm-hmm.
it. You can see this swimsuit, and it's, like, cute little, you know, it has it you can see the designs on it, and they're the cute little, like,
Mm-hmm.
watermelon designs and, like, wave designs that are on the rope, and it's cute, and it's like, you can see this outfit very well, and I like how this image is composed. I like her posing. Again, she's chilling in this image. She's chilling and eating her popsicle, and you're, like, approaching her, and she's like, "No, I'm busy," with her
Mm-hmm.
fucking gun, with her fish themed gun. I don't know what this maid headpiece is. Do they just always need to have her? I guess you wear, like, a little
It's a
cap.
visor.
Yeah, you wear a visor at the beach because it's bright. It's got a little, I guess it's got a little maid thing just because she's a shrine maiden. But I like
I
her
mean,
little,
it's got the little watermelon seed pattern on it. I don't mind it.
yeah, no, I don't mind it. I like her little kicking that she's doing with her feet. It's cute. It's good. It's got
Confirmed
this, like,
cute.
blue, pink, and yellow. It's good. Um,
I yeah, this is like a cover up, but it's currently open. I like it's got this little, it's got this little drawstring in the front. Like you could wear this over a swimsuit properly, but she isn't at the moment. It's just sort of loose and on her. I do want to know how she's going to get it off. It seems like sort of like a full over the head situation, even though it's hypothetically open in front, which is very funny to me.
uh,
Um,
I feel like you
I
just,
also
if she puts down her objects and she just lowers her arms, it'll just slide right off.
it's weird to do
Uh huh.
for a thing that's supposed to be open.
Uh huh.
I'm kind of obsessed with her little bangles. Like she's got this little purple bracelet with the little charms on it, and
Uh huh.
then a bone orchid. Um,
By this, Ash means a jade bracelet.
yeah. Um, she's also got. I love this. This would be awful to wear, like, actually at the beach. Can you imagine swimming with this fucking collar on? But also cute. Um,
Yeah, the choker would be, like, too much actually swimming, but yeah.
uh-huh.
You would be swinging, it would be like swinging up and hitting your chin.
Yeah, I'm imagining it. I really like the way that her hair is drawn. I love that it's up in this little high ponytail.
Yeah.
Very cute.
It's so cute. Her hair in general it just looks really soft here and nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's nice. She's shiny. Her skin texture is shiny in a way that doesn't feel excessive and feels appropriate for, like, you know, she's been swimming / is covered in sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a nice image.
She
It's
has
just, like,
less
pleasant to look
intense,
at.
shiny shoulders.
Yeah, but, like, you
They're
know,
not as red, which is what makes them less shiny shoulders.
yeah. And her eyes are also really nice. Like, the perspective on her face is, like, generally pretty good at getting this, like, sidelong view across without any actual, like, geometry.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, her eyes are nice and bright and alive. They, like, have intent. They're, like, you know, they're clearly both, like, focused on the same point. You know, retracting my qualm about her face, I think this is good. and it tells, like, such a clear story. Like, you know, she's not swimming right now, or maybe she is, but she's just sort of chilling, you know, on her fucking inflatable tube. And, you know, she's like, don't come near me, I have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's cute.
She does just look kind of cool in this, which feels sort of sacrilegious for Ichihime to be.
Uh-huh. I came into this image expecting to have qualm, and now I'm anti-qualm. Now I'm less qualm than Ash. I'm like, this.
What do you mean?
This to me, well, I'm just being confrontational. You were being confrontational, so now I'm being confrontational.
Okay.
But, like, this to me is a very cat sort of expression, even though she's not very cat-like. I feel like at this point in her development, they didn't know whether she had a tail or not. Like, I don't know if they know whether or not the tail in the Bond-Up is, like, a costume piece or not.
It's canon.
Because she clearly just, like, doesn't have it here. Well, because, like, maybe the tail is just fake, as are the gloves. But then also, but then in the future skins, it's clearly a real tail. I don't know.
Tail is canon.
Uh-huh. But, like, this is a very sort of cat pose to me, even though she's not very cat-like, is just like, you know, I'm chilling, don't bug me. Which is sort of nice.
This has a cat energy, yeah.
Yeah, and that makes it feel less out of character, you know? She's not, like, doing her big Ichihime smile, but, you know, she's doing a cat-like thing, and thus I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Be a cat.
Be a cat. Be a cat girl. Like the original meme.
Uh-huh.
Take this. Even if it's you, Master, Ichihime won't let you get an easy win, ya.
Are you playing a game? Who can say?
I guess she's shooting you with the gun.
Yeah, gun game.
I love her emote for this.
Uh-huh.
It's like, this is the peak of... They always try to do, like, emote that just is the outfit. And, like, sometimes they do this so right.
Uh-huh.
And this is one of those. Where it's just, like... It's so right. Because it's not just her doing the thing. It's her doing the thing, like, with intent and displaying sort of the circumstances of the thing. It's like, I feel the same way about the one where Fuji is passed out in the hot spring. It's like,
yeah, that's Fuji.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm down with this because she's clearly in a scene.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this
is in a scene, Ichihime.
Yeah, this tells a story with the thing. Like, she's like, don't bug me, I'm eating my popsicle. And then you bug her, and then she shoots you with her gun. I like how dark she is.
Yeah.
It's almost too much, but it's, like, such a great contrast with other emotes, which is what you want out of, like, a paid emote. Her, like, you know, this is like a fun variation on the like smiling but angry that like calls back to that other thing but is doing its own thing. It's cute.
It's cute.
Massive fucking bell.
Big fucking bell. It's too big. Why did they make it so big in this emote? Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
It shouldn't be that big.
Too big bell.
Too big bell.
New Year's first visit.
New Year's
Ichihime?
first visit, Ichihime.
I'm gonna read the thing first this time. I'm busy trying out the food for everybody, of course. That's the most important task, nya.
Thank you, Ichihime.
Why does she have these
so
little lucky cats? But I love them.
I love them.
What are they doing? Can they sell merch that's just these guys? They're great.
On my end, we did say that in sync, which made me happy. Why do we have these guys? I love them.
I love them. They're stupid big eyes.
They are perfect. There's so much going on. Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I really like this image. It's obvious, her face is a little freaky in this one to me.
Yeah, it's a bit too
because
flat.
she has the little. It's because she has the New Year's like Chinese New Year fucking buns they always try to do, and it just changes her face shape and makes it scary. But like it's clearly Ichihime. She has the geita. She has her long kimono sleeves, but this time they're big old fish tails.
Yes, they're so good. These are one of my favorite
really
things
good,
ever.
Actually.
Her kimono is now way more mahjong than it was before. Like it just like explicitly has one sew, and it has some random like sew in the background and pins. I don't mind it. It's just funny. It's a nice looking kimono though. This black and gold really comes across nicely, or this like
very
plum
much
and
so.
gold.
She's even got the little one-sew tiles on the like on her outer layer.
You know, again, all of her motifs, her little rope tie motif comes back in these like little rope ties now. Her tail looks like a real tail, even though it
tail rating on this one is high. This is a great tail.
It's like curling around her in sort of like counterpose to where her knees are bending.
It doesn't take much to make it look good. Like, it's just a subtle, like, jittering of the line work that makes it look fluffy.
Yep.
But that's all you need.
That's all you need. Yeah, this is like why drummer Lin Lang tail looks good suddenly. It's just like it's that, and it's just like now it has like a subtle bend that like you couldn't get out of a like non-prehensile object, and now it's a tail. The fact that the fortune charms in the background of little other characters on them, there's a little Miki, and I'm pretty sure that's a little Yui Yagi, right? Again, there's a lot going on in this image.
Control plus.
That's definitely Miki. I think that's Yui Yagi.
That's Yui Yagi, but she's in sort of a black outfit, which makes it kind of hard to tell. Which I think it just is her default outfit, because she has this gray hair against the blue and the black outfit. It's like, who are you? Very cute, though.
Yeah. It's just cute.
Honestly, it is cute as a decoration. I do think I would prefer this image without the bamboo in the background, just because it's like visual clutter that makes me feel insane when I'm looking at this. I'm imagining it without the bamboo in the background, and I'm like, oh, okay. This makes more sense.
Which is interesting, because, like, I feel like when we talk a lot about sort of, like, earlier outfits, we're often like, oh, they weren't really doing backgrounds yet.
Yeah.
And, like, it's nice to have a background.
It is nice to have a background. I
understand you. There's just, like, enough. Yeah. It is. It also. It's like weirdly. It's sparse. It doesn't like
It's
fill
not
the
a
frame.
scene, it's just sort of an object.
Yeah, I get what you mean. And there's also enough going on with her. Like, she's got this, like, pouch of Lucky
More
Charms.
than enough going on.
She's got these fucking, I'm not sure if those, they don't look like, are they takoyaki? Nope. Takoyaki? Stunlocked by takoyaki. Takoyaki.
Sorry.
I just went with a vowel sound that was not the right one in any context.
I mean, not to slam you even more in this episode, but you do say ahoge a different way every time. Ivy, you're having trouble with vowel sounds today. That's okay.
I'm sorry, I'm doing my best.
I know. I love and support you.
I'm trying. Anyway, whatever she's eating, it looks tasty.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like
I think
takoyaki,
it is
on account of
takoyaki, but
the
it looks
sauce.
kind of like dango.
Well, yeah, it's in the dongo sort of stick of things, but it looks I would eat it, but like she has to try all the snacks. This is the most important job, so it's fine.
This is a confirmed too much shit in her hair, Ichihime.
Oh
my god,
absolutely.
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What are these 4 little tassels coming out
It's
from
like,
behind?
Let me
She's
try
got
and
the flowers, and she's got the hair buns, and she's got the bows, and she's got the little the diamonds.
Yeah.
Scary.
The like accent flowers are a different color on each side.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
It's scary.
Her head is kind of the worst part of this image.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like her.
Put your thumb over this cat girl.
Yay! Actually, no. I don't actually... It has to be Ichihime for me to be as fond of it as I am. I can't put my thumb over her and then make her better. It's just that I just need to, like, copy-paste a different Ichihime face onto this one, and then I'll feel better.
But it's just like, you know, she's just like, look at my things. Look at how much food I have, really.
Yeah.
She's like, look at me. Wow, I almost said... I guess she calls you master. I almost just said master attendant. And then brain short-circuited. Different game, different season.
Different
but
game.
she's like, look at me, master. I've got all this food. I got all this shit. Look at my guys. I got these guys. What's up with these guys?
I love these
I'm gonna
guys.
actually talk about these guys now. The one on the left just has like these paws that are just circles, and I'm like,
yeah,
I kind of love him. What they're different bibs. They have different bibs, and this one in the front has a little drum on his back, and it's like they're
my friends.
They're so good. Are they in the emote? I don't remember.
No.
Oh, I forgot about this emote. This emote
also sucks, but we'll get to it. They're so shaped.
No. Yeah.
The thing is, I really don't like a lot of the extra guys they add to images. But, like, the difference with these is that they look like little painted dolls because their faces clearly conform to the flat shape of their head. Because they're not, like, squishy mochi, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, they're little ceramic Lucky Cats come to life, and this is conveyed so well. Like, I'm not even sure this one on the right has, like, actual, like, fingers and toes, or if those are just black lines painted on to, you know? And it's great. They're so great. They're so cute and weird. And, like, they match her sort of cute but weird thing. They make this image feel magical in a way that, like, I feel like they should do more with Ichihime, because she's, like, a magical creature who can grant wishes, and you really get that from this. It's just good.
She is a magical creature who can grant wishes.
She's a magical creature who can grant wishes. This is her thing.
This orange on a scale of well-drawn oranges in Mahjong Soul scale, which is a thing that exists, not very. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's shaded.
It's just not right in the front of the image, so I don't give a shit.
Shut up. I can't.
That wasn't even mocking you.
It's fine. This is about a different image in the game that we're not talking about right now, but we did talk for 10 minutes about before we started recording. Don't worry about it. We run a professionally put together podcast, I promise.
Yes, we do.
Uh-huh.
Affirm.
Great image. Should we talk about this emote?
Yeah, I don't really want to, but...
Sultry Ichihime. This is
Her
Ichihime, but
eyes
she is sultry.
are
They are. Also, where her hair is wrong. Why can
Her
you
hair,
see
it's
this
wrong.
much of her I guess if I look at the image, I guess she has
this little part.
sort of, but like it's so big relative to her face in the emote. And also
she has too much shit in her hair. She has too much shit in her hair. She has too much shit in her collar. She has too much shit in her robe. She has too much shit in the side of this image where they decided to put a color block. Oh my god, what's wrong with you? Why would you put that there? She has too much shit on her face, which is to say that her eyes are now cat-like slits, which is fine, I guess, but they've never drawn her that way. And also, sultry!
Sultry Ichihime. Fucked up. Also, her Ohage is, like, going off screen and then comes back, which is just, they've never done that. They always have it fully in screen. And this is weird. Weird
New
emote.
Year's last visit, Ichihime. Go home.
Go home. You're done.
You're done. You're bald. This is tagged as skewer dumpling, which Zex is also tagged as.
Okay, I suppose it's a skewered dumpling.
It's a skewer dumpling. It's also tagged as kimono twice, and they're two different tags. Invincible Ichihime.
Invincible Ichihime. I remember she won a poll to get this outfit.
Good.
It was like an event to vote on who do you want to get an outfit, and everyone just voted Ichihime, which I think is very funny.
Cat Warrior Ichihime is here, and a brave and wise person like you is surely my master, Nya. From now on, I'll guard your luck and safety, Nya.
This outfit goes insane.
Yes, it's so good.
Look at all the, like, returning motifs with the sleeves, and the, like, bow at her hip, but they're, like, a little different. I have to click
into this one and zoom in on it in various places.
Absolutely. Look at how
Mostly so I can look at this wild pair of JRPG gloves.
Uh-huh. Look at how this big cat head has her, like, rope bow behind it.
Yeah.
Sick. Look at
and
how
the little
she's
flower motifs inside the ears.
Ash, have you ever noticed the cat head at the tip of her handle of her sword?
Wait. No, I have not. Holy shit.
I know. Fucking awesome. I love
that she's got a harness with little fish fucking things on it.
Uh-huh.
What's her deal?
I know.
I love that she's got
adventuring.
this two patterned kimono on. I wasn't expecting when I went into this to, like, realize that the Ichihime motif is that she always has a kimono on. I just never noticed that she always has a kimono on, but she does. That's fun.
There's something weirdly pleasing to me about, like, the fact that there are these little cat heads hovering around her kind of, like, gives context to her being on a big cat head. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, don't worry. This is a real thing, and she just found one to ride. And it's like, okay. Like, it's like
whatever you say, Ichihime-sama.
It's world building for her adventure world.
I am, again, like, I don't like the little black, yellow-eyed cat heads that are in outfits a lot. I'm not a huge fan of them. These things are good because they just have faces that have been painted on and conform to their circular heads.
The thing she's riding looks like a big cushion.
Yeah.
Like, that thing's just full of stuffing. But this guy on the left is like a ceramic object, but is also eating this yaki something. I forget. Hayaki, thank you. Is also eating this hayaki, and that's charming. They have like a, objects come to life kind of vibe. It's like, like the guys in the last one. It's great. Her face looks good now.
Yes, she has her little fang. She's excited. I think she has a little bit of the same, like, suddenly your eyes are drawn differently kind of disease. But I don't mind that much, mostly because she's cute.
Uh-huh.
And her hair looks right.
Yeah, she's got this, like, her hair looks right, but she does have this, like, adventuring ponytail going on, which is so cute.
Yeah.
It's just great.
Nya-nya.
Nya-nya. Honestly, nya-nya. These flames look really good. They're very kind of, like, soft and fluffy and, like, cel-shaded-y. Motherfuckers look like they're from World Flipper.
She does look like a World Flipper character in this.
This is an extremely World Flipper core piece of art, and you know what? I don't mind it.
I love it, personally. Her tail is, like, somewhere in between how good New Year's is and how bad Bond Up is in this one.
Yeah.
It's a little bit less textured, which is fine. She's also got kind of... I appreciate that she's still wearing her geita under this. It's like, she's wearing some kind of, like, modified geita into fucking gauntlet boots thing.
Oh, yeah! They have the same design as the, like, gauntlet things over her hands. Awesome.
I love this top that she's wearing that's, like, unlike anything we've ever seen her wear. And I love, weird little thing, I love that she has, like, a sports bra on under it. Or, like, some kind of undershirt that is, like, that's just nice.
Yeah.
I just like it.
It also has, like, she has a turtleneck on, which makes her feel especially sporty and adventuring. And, like, there's so many details. I think this sword and scabbard look gorgeous. This sword is too big for her.
Now that I know there's a cat head on it, I'm completely pro.
This sword is too big for her, which is funny. But it's just, like, it looks really nice. It, like, is attaching to this outfit is, like, insane, but also extremely followable, which is nice. It's just like it's a good looking sword and scabbard. I agree with you that the shading on this tail is not all there. I do like the shape of the end. This, like, bushier shape than they had in New Year's first visit. I'm pro.
This, like, I don't know how much more can be said about this. I want to know when they decided that Ichihime has a subtle one-so thing going on. Because clearly it was sometime in between Beach Party and, New Year's. Because there was one-so all over New Year's, and she has a one-so hairpin in this one. And it's like, okay, you've decided that's the thing that she has. They also put her ears in much the same way that they did in New Year's, which is, like, higher on her head and slightly smaller. These are just interesting things.
Yeah, if you
but I like her two-toned kimono thing going on with, like, 3 different patterns on it. Wonderful.
If you look at Ichihime in Gross, there's very clearly, like, there feels like there's a design dividing line between, like, her first 3 skins and her next 3 skins. Like, they decide that she should be smiling now. And there's also a ton of other little detail, like her model sheet changes very slightly. Her face is a very slightly different shape. And,
it's like,
she has slightly different design elements that they prioritize. And that's fine. It's just, like, I don't mind this second iteration of Ichihime, which I have not always felt. Like, I think these are broadly good choices. I like the higher ears, etc. But, like, it's just interesting to see. It's interesting to see it happen.
Anthropology of Ichihime.
The anthropology of Ichihime. Ichihime 983. Why do they have weird numbers? It's fine.
I don't know.
Are we ready for emote?
This one also looks weird, but I don't mind it as much.
Uh-huh.
This one is also kind of busy and hard to read.
I think that the glove is dark enough that you can read the basic posing on it fairly well.
Yeah.
And so it works as an emote, but it is busy. It adds to the busyness, but I do like them using the, like, multi-hued teal flames as the sort of black background color block. I think that is a cute idea. I'm not so sure about the execution. I'm not sure if they thought through, like, where the lines of color were going relative to, like, parts of her outfit. You know what I mean?
I'm on the same page with you.
But I like the concept, and so I'll give it some points for that.
I do think having her tail in the emote is I would describe it more as weird than good, but it is kind of a good weird.
Uh-huh. I think the tail in the emote looks better than the tail in the image.
That's true. It's just that, like, having it up against the skin more closely highlights the fact that it's a darker color, which is good in the sense that it's no longer flesh toned. Weird in the sense that it's weird.
Uh-huh. I mean, but yeah, you can look at the ears and be like, it's the same color as the ears. I did notice that this is tagged as swimsuit, which feels like an error.
No, we've discussed this one before as well. Swimsuit means something else.
But the main image is not tagged as swimsuit.
No, the main image is tagged as swimsuit.
It's tagged as samurai kimono, cat ear, white tight gaita, sleeveless swords. Oh, it is. Okay.
No, I guess all the other images that are tagged as swimsuit in this tag are actually swimsuits. Never mind.
Yeah, right? I feel like it feels like an error.
Hello, support. Contact us.
This wouldn't be the first time that we've submitted a bug report to mahjongsoul.club. I will say, I do love that her main image is tagged as samurai. Like, hell yeah. Yeah. That's good.
It sure is. She sure is.
Anyway, this outfit... Sorry, not this outfit. This emote, you're right, is very messy, but it also has a ton of appeal. And it carries through on that a lot for me. It's just cute.
It definitely has enough basic appeal for me to forgive some of its flaws. And I've been down on too many Ichihime emotes. Say Ichihime emotes 5 times fast. Ichihime emotes, Ichihime emotes, Ichihime emotes, Ichihime emotes, Ichihime emotes.
Ichihime emotes, nope.
Yep.
Ivy cannot say vowels today.
Well established.
Uh-huh.
You know, I need a break from being down on Ichihime emotes, so I'll give this one a pass.
Uh-huh.
Wait.
I was about to say the same thing. Why is the next link to the wrong thing? Okay, it's fine.
Yeah. That's not the... Hey, guys, I know that you definitely do the same thing that I do, / lying, you definitely don't. And just click on the next outfit in line. But no, it's Spring Song. Right. Spring Song it's time for Spring Song. Spring Song Ichihime.
Hang on.
You have to go back to the main page and then click on it.
Oh, Invincible Ichihime came out after this one.
No, it didn't. Invincible Ichihime was 2021.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I don't know how to read or speak. I'm really just falling apart here.
Ash is right, once again.
Uh-huh. This is the Ash is right episode. Ash, you happy about being right all the time?
Yep. All the time.
This little tiger has less appeal than the little cat guys, but he's all right.
Oh, he is sort of in the same genre of guy, though, generally speaking.
Yes.
But he has too much facial texture. And too much color going on.
I understand what he's supposed to be, But, like, yeah, and also the tail is fluffy, but the body is smooth. It's a little strange.
Yeah.
But he's got his appeal.
So, like, I feel like we've been going through our Ichihime anthropology, or Ichihimanthropology. Ichihimanthropology, that's better. And, like,
my favorite clothing store.
Yes. Ichihimanthropology's work warehouse. There's, like, serious Ichihime for 3 outfits, and then you have, like, friendly Ichihime for New Year's and Invincible. But this, I feel like, is our current iteration of Ichihime, which is cute Ichihime, which I feel like is distinct from friendly Ichihime. Invincible could maybe go either way, but I feel like New Year's and Invincible have a stronger through line than Invincible in this.
You're right. This one does feel like it puts a lot of work into making her look very small.
Yeah.
Like, just, like, the ratio of her body and, like, this lion head. Like, lion heads are big, don't get me wrong. But, like, it looks massive relative to her. And it makes her look, and this, like, hang on, I'm going back to her main page to, like, confirm the thing I'm about to say. Yeah. Look at how much bigger relative to her body size this little cat guy is to the New Year's cat guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's like they put so much work into making her look small. Her tail has never looked better. They're figuring it out. It's
this is good tail.
It's got the texturing and the coloring, and it's got the bushy end I like. Good tail. She officially has a tail now, and they've figured it out.
Great job, guys.
But yeah, she looks so small and childlike here.
Which is sort of what they're doing with her, I find, lately. I like this Ichihime quite a bit. I like cute Ichihime. I'm a fan of cute Ichihime. There are things about this image which will freak you out if you look at them for too long, as is traditional. For example, her visible hand.
Ha!
See?
But her visible hand is like, she's got an old woman's hand.
She does.
On her, like, childlike body. How old are these hands?
It's spider-like. It's spindly. But the textures on this lion head, holy shit.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Yeah. I love the composition of this image. I love that she's holding up a prop that is bigger than her. It's so good. Again, I agree with you. I could take or leave this tiger guy. Give me another one of the New Year's Lucky Cat guys. And also, this one has, Cat Food Studios' little yellow-eyed cat in it. Which, to be fair, it's fluffier than they usually do them, so I'll give it kind of a pass. I think this outfit is really cute, just in general. I don't understand what's going on with this little ruff at the, like, as a headband, but otherwise, I think it's cute. I do take some... I mean, I know it's, like... I know they're doing, like... Chinese New Year-ish again, but I still wish they would stop putting characters' hairs in these little 2 bun things. It's like, stop. They all look the same. And also, why does she suddenly have, like, long enough hair to go down past her shoulders in those 2 little strands? It's weird.
You are right that this lion looks great. I love how you can see, like, almost the texturing of the paint. You can see how this is, like, gold tinted paint because it, like, reflects the light. That's really nice. Against, like, next to the matte paint, which looks different. Great detail.
And I love the shadowed eyes, like their physical indentations in the thing.
Yeah. It's like, it's a very physical, like, you can map this out in 3D space with your eyes. The big tongue that's just like this sort of frayed ribbon they just chopped off. These lanterns have her new one sew thing.
Yeah, again, they decided this is a thing.
This is her thing now. I'm a little bit freaked out, just sort of generally, and this is fine, but she's not wearing a kimono in this one. I mean, that's because this one is the previous New Year's one is Lunar New Year parenthetical Japanese. This is Lunar New Year parenthetical Chinese. And so she's in a more Chinese outfit. This probably is referring to a more specific thing that I don't quite know. But, you know, but it is like not.
It is weird for them to
thing.
suddenly ditch that.
Yeah, but it is a cute outfit. I love how like regal it is with these like cuffs. The way these cuffs like, you know, push in this like fluffy shirt to like make these ruffs in a very kind of like way that you can see how the cloth is moving and working and being pushed is great. These like shoulder pads add to her like regalness and all this like fluffiness. These boots, I mean, like, you know, to me, Westerner, I look at these boots and they're a little bit Santa Claus to me, but like, you know, they match. And like, you know, the layers on these dress, she's got this like fairy sort of loose dress over this like heavier dress that is like,
they've got her like peach and orange tones right, and that's what really matters to me, is this like peach over garment is really good.
Do you feel positively about these little, like, they have this thing where they have all these tassels that are like purple and into yellow? Feel positively about that, Ash?
I mean, I kind of, even on Invincible Ichihime, the yellow tassels that they put on her are kind of, like, not my taste. And, like, you know, I don't know that these are my taste either. I mean, they have the same kind of color on the knots that hold together this, like, orange garment. And it's kind of, like, I don't mind it as much on this one, though, because this garment is kind of busy by design in a way that I respect.
It's a New Year's garment. It's busy. But yeah, I really like, you know, again, she's got her base kind of like orange and pink and red. I really like the pops of like jade green. I'm not so sure about the pops of jade green and the pops of purple. That's just a lot of pops. But it's not like the worst thing ever. It's just like a little odd. I love how it looks like the lion head is going to consume her. It's gonna swallow her up. This is a Limbus Company ego image.
Yes. Correct.
But cute.
Wait, hold on. Detail. Does she have a little bow on her black socks?
Yes.
Little yellow bow.
Yep.
Cute. Confirmed cute.
Confirmed cute. And you're right. Even more than Ichihime, this lion head really takes the show here. Like,
yeah, it fucking rules.
It looks great. To the extent where you go down to the emote and you're like, wait, is she
Where
in the
is
same
it?
outfit? Is she in the same outfit?
It's not, because
and she's
the outfit itself is not the star of the image in the slightest.
But it's also like the crop of her that they have has all of the pieces of the outfit that are black and green, which is not most of the outfit.
Yeah, no. Also, I don't think this emote looks particularly good. Sometimes when they do this extremely cartoonish thing, they do it good. Sometimes they do it bad. This one is bad. It's big white circles with tiny dots for eyes, and they're not in the right place on her face. The rest of the emote is drawn like a normal Mahjong Soul emote, which makes it weirder.
It looks fine. The pieces of the outfit they have look fine.
The face is bad.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know.
I do not support it.
Fair enough. I also don't even really know what this is supposed to convey. I mean, I guess it's supposed to convey like
fear,
looming fear, but like, is she being attacked by the lion head?
Concern.
I don't understand why this emote is the emote for this outfit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't follow in, like, basically any way. And is odd.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, that's Ichihime.
Woo! Yay!
We did it. I wondered when this day would come.
We did it. It's Ichihime. We have to do numbers for Ichihime.
We do. It's just fucked up.
It is. I haven't been thinking about them at all.
No, me neither. I've been kind of busy lately.
Well, I haven't been thinking about them during the episode is what I meant, but I know that you think about these things beforehand.
I think about numbers constantly. I never stop
know
thinking
you do.
about numbers. It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll just go in order and we'll just work our way there. Cute. Hi. She's Ichihime.
Yeah. Potentially 6.
It might, have to be 6. She's Ichihime. She's
Ichihime.
so designed to be perfectly cute. And, they execute on that well. The times when they don't execute on that well are, not the fault of the design or, the character sort of in the abstract.
Mm-hmm.
She's Ichihime.
I mean, and also, we've landed at the point in our Ichimanthropology where she reaches max cute.
I know, she's just getting more and more. It's like in the Ichihime, Mahjong tournament mini game. You know, the best event thing that they've ever had where you have to train her and then she plays simulated Mahjong games?
Yeah.
She's reached S rank cute. This is not very useful for simulated Mahjong tournaments, but I think I'm comfortable giving her a 6 cute.
Yeah,
I mean, she's
6.
Ichihime. What else can you say?
Appeal.
Complicated.
I'm tempted by a 3. That's my starting offer. Equally appealing and unappealing. Because I feel like texturally, this is important for our animal people, is the textural experience of being an animal person. And I feel like, if I dare refer to gloves, they're not particularly textural experience of being an animal person, and her tail varies in terms of textural experience of being an animal person. However, I don't know. She has a lot of sort of appealing little objects, which is important. She's brought to me some of the most appealing side characters in an outfit that I've ever seen.
She's got her fucking guys. She's got her squad.
She's got her squad on lock, which is pretty appealing.
Thinking about Ichihime, the guy, the character, in a broader sense, I feel like she can't be a 6, because part of her thing is that she's kind of a weirdo and a klutz. This doesn't come across in these images we looked at a ton, although it doesn't come across a good bit in her base emotes. But if you scroll down to, decorations and look at all these look at all the images that Ichihime is in most of these she's fucking up. And this is appealing unto itself, but she's also kind of garbage at being alive, which is appealing unto itself. She's a cat, but also eventually she's gonna knock something over that you don't want her to knock over. Eventually she's gonna be a little too cuddly when you just want to play some Mahjong. In part because she's a weird little object, but also because she's a cat. And this is you know what I mean? I think cat people would argue against me if I say that cats are inherently not max appealing. But cat people are
no,
wrong.
No, you're right on this one.
And so, but I would raise it to a 4.
Okay. more than incidentally unappealing.
I think if she was a little bit more standoffish more often, in like the way that she interacts with you, then it would be lower. But she's not. She's, she's playful. She's hanging out. She's having a good time.
Can I argue that half of her outfits are standoffish and half are not?
Uh-huh. But Ash, I feel like this is slightly disrespecting your own point, turning your own point against you, which is the point of Ichimanthropology.
Yeah.
Which is
no,
that, like,
I'm in the same place. It's like, I think that it's funny to say this, but we are sort of talking more about end point Ichihime than anything.
Uh-huh. And it's like, Ichihime is one of the few characters that, like, we can talk about having a start and end point. One, because, like, she's just been in the game forever. But even other characters that have been in the game forever don't get, like, so much character exposure and character development as Ichihime does. And so she actually has... This arc is almost certainly not intentional, but she does have an arc.
It's
and
intentional to me.
I feel like they're trying to make her more appealing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
generally.
I'll take a 4.
All right, we'll take a 4. Kinsey.
X.
Okay, why?
I can't imagine Ichihime having relations with anyone. I know that half of her shtick is like, sexy cat girl, oh master. And yet, I feel like she maintains... There's such a gap between the character she displays in her voice lines and the Ichimanthropology that we've discussed. And, like, the character in Mahjong Soul Pawn. And, like, there's such a... there's so much distance from sexy cat girl to me that it's like, if anything, a character she plays. I just don't see it.
Here's the thing, Ash. Is that, like, I just don't think that, like, her sexy cat girl thing necessarily conflicts with the idea that she is not in a relationship with anyone. This is me agreeing with you, to be clear, just from a different perspective. I think that, like, there's a really bad reading here, which is that, like, she's, like, not aware that she's doing a sexy cat girl thing. But that's too unpleasant to think about.
Yeah,
so that's not true. But I think she's just kind of, like, she's just kind of playful and teasing and likes making fun of you for being into cat girls. And, she's a cat. She, like, teases you. She pokes at you just to see what'll happen. But I agree with you that I'm like, I don't think she's in, like, a relationship with you, or anyone. I think that she mostly just, like, she manages the shrine and then she eats a cookie and then she goes to sleep.
I think, like, more so than I feel this from an Ichihime is, like, a little child angle, I feel this more from an Ichihime is, like... Here's my coming at this from the other side, just kind of equally weird. is that she's a mascot character.
Uh-huh.
She's, like, kind of, by design, a little object.
Uh-huh.
And, like, you know, I'm incapable of looking at her in a way that isn't about marketing.
Uh-huh.
She's untouchable.
Here's me. Okay, let me now we're iterating now. Now we're working together. It's nice. Now let me take
once.
in this episode for once. Now let me take the cat fight episode.
Nya nya.
Nya nya. Okay, now
Purr
let
purr.
me take Purr. Purr. Now let me take that and let me make it a little bit more sort of grounded in, like, talking about her as if she's like a person. She is like a mascot object, but she's this in canon too, because she's like a celestial being, right? She's not a person. She's like a celestial, like, fairy created to run this wish-granting Mahjong shrine. And so, like, you know, if she has sexuality, it's kind of beyond our comprehension.
X parenthetical beyond our comprehension.
Beyond our comprehension. This is the same rating that we gave fucking Leia.
Yay, I know what you're going to say.
But also maybe just X, but also just like, you know, X just probably means something different up there in Shianton. Like, damn. I guess she's a Japanese fairy and not a Chinese fairy. I've just been reading too much Love Between Fairy and Devil. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
She's a mascot object in the canon. She's the mascot object that the gods have created for this shrine. And so, like, you know, she makes herself look comprehensible to us, but, like, she's not.
She's not. She's
not.
Ichihime.
You cannot
She's
comprehend
the first princess
Ichihime.
of my heart.
She's the first princess of my heart. It's gonna be very difficult to figure out the title of this episode. Ichimanthropology is good, but I try not to put the name.
I think Nya Purr is the title of this episode.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, I'm getting tired, so I think we should randomize and then get out of here.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
For once, we don't have a bunch of shit to talk about at the end of the episode, because all our our anniversary shit is over.
Yeah.
Normal episode. It was just long.
I'm sick of talking about a bunch of shit at the end of the episode.
Yeah, we're gonna hit this random button and then we're gonna leave.
And then we're gonna fuck off.
We're gonna fuck off. Are you ready?
We're gonna go fight in private.
We're gonna have a real fight about our real relationship instead of a fake fight about our fake relationship we have on the podcast.
Great.
Are you ready
hit
for this button?
Yeah. Give me something real. Whoa!
It could be worse. Do you know what I mean when I say it could be worse?
Yes. Hold.
Okay, I'm holding.
What about the character we rolled last time that we were waiting and saving for another day?
Oh, right! Shit. That's a great point. I forgot about that. The thing is that I didn't forget about that because I was, like, plotting out the bonus episode in my head. I just the habit of let's roll and then end the episode is so strong.
It's so strong.
I don't know.
It's fine. We have two in advance.
Okay, we just won't roll at the end of that episode, I promise.
We won't roll at the end of that episode for once.
I promise. I'll make a note
We will
of it.
remember.
We will remember. It's been the holidays. Brain fried.
It's been the holidays. People, be cool.
Also, I'm kind of excited to talk about this one.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want to ditch this one. Also, we've been ditching
Yeah, no,
too
I mean, we're
many,
not
which
ditching.
feels...
It's a real role.
It's a real role. Anyway, in conclusion, nya-nya, purr.
Purr. Nya-nya.
Nya-nya.
天下無双にゃ。